right, man. It looked like Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin got hashed out a deal right before the first bid. I knew a deal was already in place. Shakur Stevenson did an interview with somebody who was basically alluding to that they had a fight that was already agreed to and all that type of stuff. So um, that didn't surprise me none. But let's speak on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. I remember Sean Porter said something like, y'all think they be ordering stuff, but we already be having an agreement and deal, and that's then when they order it. So I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like it's a good fight. Um, I think it's a winnable fight on both sides. I think everybody said, "Oh, Shakir gonna kill him because what happened in the last fight versus Artem." But what you got to remember is, what you got to remember is that Shakur Stevenson isn't Artem, and even if he is superior to Artem, styles make fights. We've seen worse fighters, look good versus better fighters, and better fighters look good worse than worse fighters. That make any type of sense. So we've seen that before. Styles, make fights. I'm gonna keep saying it. Styles make fights. So at the end of the day, this should be a good one. I wouldn't count Frank Martin out. Fast, explosive, can punch. Shakur Stevenson ain't fought nobody as talented as him, or just overall as good as he is, you know. So that's one thing you gotta think about. He ain't fought nobody as good as as Frank Martin. Who he fought somebody with the speed and power as Frank Martin? Nobody. And everybody assuming that Shakur just gonna run through him, and I'm not sure about that. I think it's gonna be competitive. I think Shakur will pull away at some point, but I don't think it's gonna be. But it is what it is. So Coppinger is reporting that Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin have agreed to a deal for WC light uh lightweight fight title. He probably meant that would take place either November 16th in Las Vegas or December 9th in New York. Sources told Mike Coppinger. Now, December 9th is also a date which Spencer Crawford was supposed to be in play for. So, and also, I believe I read that Regis Progress and Devin Haney got that date as well, possibly. So, here boxing go again. We had all these fucking dates. We had all these dates where in the summertime where nobody was fighting on, and then they want to pile on. They want to pile on and put a whole bunch of fights on one date. That just don't make no sense. Like all the dates that we didn't have fights on, and then the UFC want to put a fight on the same day as Crawford and Spence. I literally sometimes just don't understand it. Literally, literally, boxing just makes no sense. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Um, it's a good fight. I mean, we could be getting some good fights down the pipeline. Regis, Devin, Spence Crawford too. Um, David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade. So it should be fun in the fall. Watching some boxing. It should be fun having something to talk about. But then on top of that, it's gonna be fun because you got football that's gonna be in full swing, college and National Football League, and then you're gonna have basketball that's just gonna be started up, college and pros. So just don't understand why they sit here and they do that. It just makes no sense. So I mean at the same time, man, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. I feel it's a good fight. Boxing need this fight. It's easy to be on unless they put this on pay-per-view, which I don't believe they will. This is be on ESPN. And Shakur Stevenson keep getting the opportunity to build his legend. Um, but he ain't been in there with nobody like this. I remember he got in there with the African dude, and the African dude cracked him, and he went into safe mode. So don't forget that he get punched. He don't want to get hit again. So Frank just got to hit him everywhere. That's be my advice to him. Um, but I think it's a foregone conclusion in a lot of people's opinion that Frank gonna win, that Shakur gonna win. So really, ain't no pressure on Shakur Frank going over there to try to win because everybody think he already lost. Everybody think he already lost. So it's like it is what it is. So really, he really ain't got no pressure on him going across the street, especially as much as PBC then got their ass whooped crossing the street and guys crossing the street and beating their ass. So really, I don't think it's a lot of pressure on him to go out there and perform. I mean, most people thought he was going to duck or whatever, and I'm gonna get into that. But I mean, he taking the fight. Then really, they'll let you know that Showtime ain't got that many dates. Showtime's probably ain't got enough time in the schedule for him, or got no dates for him, and they got to do this. So I mean, it don't surprise me none at all. It don't surprise me none. Because look at their regular Showtime programming, it's been trash. Everything is just constantly being rushed to pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, 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 pay-per-view. Al Heyman got too much fat on the bone, bro. He gotta, take some of that fat off the bone. They ain't got enough dates to accommodate 450 fighters. Then you don't want to utilize top rank dates. You don't want to utilize the zone dates. You just want to do it all on your own. You know. So I mean, but I look forward to the fight. I look forward to the fight. I think it's probably a 70-30 Shakur Stevenson type of favorite fight. But Frank can punch. Frank got speed. And Derrick James can revitalize his career, in the here and now. With a great game plan for Frank, and they can do some things here. Rumors are running rapid that Arrow, fired his ass like Nino. Um, so we just literally have to wait and see what happens there. But I prefer this shit to be December 9th in New York. Shit. Yeah, I don't want to go out to Vegas November 16th. They got PBC got three pay-per-view dates locked in Vegas in November. So there'll be plenty of fights out there. Even if they only use one or two of them dates, there's plenty of them dates out there for them. So don't forget that. Don't forget it. So I mean, but we just have to wait and see. But I feel that hold on one second. But we have to wait and see. But I think Frank got a solid chance to win. And if you win, I really wouldn't be shocked about it. But Shakur looked so good in his lightweight debut that, I know the opponent wasn't upper echelon or nothing like that. So I mean, we know what it was. But 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 yeah. But then Rick Glazer made a good point too. So hold on. Rick Glazer made a good point about this fight, about PBC. And we already know they on the scripts. So this ain't nothing new. But um hold on. Here we go. So he posted this. We zoom in for y'all like Bootsy. Zoom, zoom, zoom. He said another sign of Showtime PBC weakness is PBC makes a deal with Tiebreaker avoiding the purse bid for Frank Martin to fight Shakur Stevenson on the ESPN platform, just like PBC did with Foden sending him to Japan with no purse bid. Huge sign of weakness for both Showtime and PBC, and another loss coming from Martin's trainer Derrick James. So somebody question them, say it's a weakness to give boxing fans a good fight. And it's always a nigga that's gonna take it, is gonna take it and who gonna take it and try to like it's a PBC nut hugger. So he says that's the CBS Sports president David Bernson and Stevens, as you know, is a new boss forcing the best fights to happen. Heyman cashing out the fighters because PBC is on fumes what that's what you're missing, and that is what he's missing. Because it came a day and time where PBC fighters wasn't allowed to cross the street. They weren't allowed to, other fighters really weren't allowed to come fight them neither. And they would avoid these eliminators and title shots and all that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, it seemed like somebody higher up is forcing the best to fight the best. And what he's saying, yeah, it came a point in time when Al Heyman want everything to gravitate towards PBC, and now he losing power. He losing, a lot of these boxing companies, the Zone and them and them and them and that and the third. A lot of these dudes is losing power. Top Rank deal up in 2025. We ain't heard nothing about the extension. Eddie Hearn on fumes. He ain't got nothing else going on right now, or nothing like that. So a lot of these jokers running on fumes right now, bro. So it ain't just Al Heyman. You just don't want to single out Al. It's a lot of these dudes. So, but he right about that. Al losing power. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out the boxing news and boxing run playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and much more. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Goodfella TV. Man, let me know what you girls and guys think about it. Let me know who y'all got in the comment section. Frankie boy, Frankie baby, or you got Shakur Stevenson. Peace.